Hello. Yeah, it looks like I'm live right now. My name's Angelo Darren, Driverpreneur. We're at Ride Local. Anyhow, I have not been on a webinar in a couple weeks, and the reason being is because we've done some reinventing with Ride Local. But the second reason is because of the coronavirus, having our no contact order. It's enabled us to kind of like regroup, reinvent ourselves a little bit because obviously the rideshare business has been down. What we have done is we kind of consolidated and reduced some of our overhead. We closed down our office right now. We're doing a lot of things remote in order to be safer. We've also added some things too. Let you know some of the things that we've added to our platform because we knew delivery was the future. Obviously, with the coronavirus and people being afraid of the no contact order and trying to remain safe, delivery has really skyrocketed. So just like I did with Uber and Lyft before we started to Ride Local, me and my partner, we've gone out there and we've taken some deliveries with different platforms. And with the deliveries, our real reason for it is to find out their platform, what it does do, what it can't do, what customers are like better, what drivers are like better based on it. And we have done that. We've kind of reinvented the delivery platform. We've instituted into our app. So if you were going to take a regular ride share, you would choose the Go Now car, which would be your classic car. On a rideshare platform. So we went ahead and just took a car and we turned it into a pro delivery. So if you were going to have a delivery, what's the difference between possibly taking a person from one point A to point B, or maybe taking a package point A to point B? So really our platform, we've enabled it to either take a rider or take a package. The difference would be obviously the cost. It's a lot cheaper to have a package delivered than it would be to have a human be delivered to a destination. So moving along, we're going the future of rideshare. First, the thing we had to look at what the future was going to hold for us, and not only what we thought about it, but also what the industry gurus have thought about it, the experts in the industry, and to look at the forecast trends. We believe the future of the rideshare is the delivery of riders or items will continue to rise, and especially after the states start opening, cities start opening, rideshare is going to start being increased. We do still get a lot of ride to work or with the rideshare, and we also get a lot of people who have emergencies that have to go to a place, whether that be maybe a relative or whatever. But then we've also taken the delivery down, where we're starting to take deliveries and we try to make it match residents with drivers. So if we can match the riders and drivers together, it makes it a little bit safer platform. It's almost like if you are home and you're living with your family members, you have more trust that they don't have it because you know where they're going or where they've been. The other thing is to have a niche routes to satisfy the markets. So I think that's the future of it. And companies can reduce their costs for delivery with Ride Local by having their own drivers drive and deliver if that's what they choose to do, because they can keep 100% of the delivery fees or use the Ride Local network of our drivers that are always available. So it enables a restaurant or a facility to offer the delivery, especially in a restaurant situation. Where they can either have their own people be the drivers, sign up as drivers, and go ahead and use their drivers as their means for the delivery. Or if they don't have the employees and the manpower to do it, and if they did have it, it would be too costly for them, they can go ahead and use our network. Now, what's the benefit for a local company or a restaurant or any local company to sign up with Ride Local and use our platform for delivery? The greatest benefit is that there's no cost to the restaurant. The only cost there is dealing with the delivery fees, and that's it. As far as, I don't know, a lot of people know this or not, but when Uber Eats or DoorDash or Postmates or Instacarts, all of them, they're always increasing the pricing to the consumer, and they're only giving 70% back to either to the restaurant. So that means that restaurant are on tight margins anyhow with labor and food costs. Now they go have to expend 30% of whatever the prices are for the delivery, which they pay for to DoorDash or Uber Eats. There's also a delivery fee on top of that. Sometimes they waiver it, but they're still getting the 30%. So what we've tried to do, because we know the margins are tight for local businesses like restaurants, that we're going to waiver all that together. So the benefit of a restaurant just to sign up is that there's no 30% cost. I mean, what you charge is what you charge. We also use your website. So we don't reconstruct a website, increase prices or anything. We use your website and we direct people to your website. They make the purchase, they do a checkout, and then they mark it for pickup. Then you would schedule on the app, on the Ride Local app for the pickup. And that way, either that you can have a pre-scheduled time, because that's what we had a customer that wanted an air conditioner at Lowe's, for an example. And the unit wasn't going to actually, it was out of stock at that particular location. So the unit wasn't going to be in there for 2 days. So they went ahead and pre-scheduled it when it was going to be at the location. And then we went ahead and picked it up and delivered it to them. Real easy, real simple, and they stayed safe by staying at home. Even after this passes, I think it's going to be very important that when we make decisions about getting something, that we decide to be safe as well. Just because the ban is lifted doesn't mean that we can't be smart enough by maybe using delivery a little bit more than what we did prior to this. Only reason because it ensures our safety. And I think that's important. So moving along, we want you to stay home right now and stay safe. I know the ban isn't lifted in a lot of places, like in Michigan. I know it's the 1st of May. In Arizona, I believe it's the same as the 1st of May. But whenever that ban is, before that ban is lifted, we say stay home and stay safe. And after the ban's lifted, we say stay home, stay safe when you can. So if it's a situation where you can get something, but you can get a delivery to have Ride Local deliver it to you, go ahead and do that, because obviously that's going to be using safe practices. The less you have to get out in public, even after the ban is done, the safer you're going to remain and the safer you're going to be. So we encourage it, and that's why we brought this platform out that's very inexpensive, the lower fees and lower fares with our rideshare. We brought it out for you, the rider or the resident, and that way you can utilize it, get the benefits of being safer, right? And let us take the risk by going out and get the items for you. Moving along, we reinvented the Pro Delivery. We call it Pro Delivery. Reinvented it for groceries, household items, personal items, and meal delivery. We even offer, like Ship does for the Myers. We also offer picking up from Myers, picking up from Walmart, any store you can. What you do is it's really simple. You go on our website, www.ridelocalgr.com. You go ahead and download the app, whether that be an Android or Apple. And with it, you'll get a discount. So if you take a delivery or take a ride share, you'll get yourself a discount. You'll get free delivery on your first ride for your items that you're wishing for us to pick up and deliver right to your door. We also have a no contact. So if you prefer, you put a note. There's a note section in there. You can put a note in there to saying ring doorbell. When we do that, obviously, we're going to take a picture of the item at your door, and that way we can verify it as well. If there's any questions, if you have any other special notes you want to put in there, go ahead and put it in there and just let us know. A lot of times you'll get a claim number or an item or a package number, and it'll be under your name, and you put that in the notes to let the driver know exactly what they're picking up. We're opening the markets in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and in Detroit, Michigan, and Yuma, Arizona. Now, that's actually our rideshare has been opened. Obviously, it's been a little bit slower. We've opened up the delivery, and it enables us to be a little bit busier. It's nice for a driver because they can get the best of both worlds. And that way they can have some rideshare, and they can also turn around and do some deliveries as well. It's real easy scheduling. You go, you order items from your favorite store on their website. You pay and you mark it for pickup, and then you schedule the delivery on the Ride Local app as if you were scheduling a ride share. You just hit the Pro Delivery and then schedule. You put the addresses in it from the store that's being picked up from to your place of where you would like it to be delivered. And pretty much it's real easy. You can just wait for the delivery. There's a turn by turn thing. You can watch the delivery, whether it be the package or you can watch it as it comes to your residence, so you know exactly when it's going to be there, and that way, you can either be there to receive it or give some type of instruction of how it should be left. That's pretty much all, folks. Things have been a little bit slower. We've been kind of keeping a low profile. Everybody's been staying at home. I took a trip down to Yuma, Arizona. I'm down here now. Obviously, our platform down here, we haven't opened up the delivery yet down here, but that is something we're planning on in the future. We're kind of waiting until all this craziness kind of settles down a little bit, and that way we get back to some normalcy of life. And when we do that, Ride Local is going to be here for you. We've consolidated, reduced our overhead, and that way we are here for you. The sad thing with everything going on, 43% of the businesses are going out of business. They'll never, ever go back. There's some people that have shut down, temporarily consolidated, minimize their debt. And then when it opens back up, obviously they'll gear back up. It's a sad thing that a lot of our businesses have failed. It's a sad thing that we, a people of American in the year 2020, that we have to struggle like this. Because even when the government told us that we're going to get the stimulus checks at $1,200 and the business funding for small businesses, it never transposes, never came out. There's a lot of people, even to this day, that even when this is all done, well, they'll have 40 days where they had no income. It's going to be really sad to see our economy change. I think we're going to see a lot of scams. I see that coming on now. You get more phone calls from spammers. You're also getting scam businesses that are trying to get your money from you. I mean, the financial institution, there's a lot of scamming going on there. There's a lot of money being taken from the regular citizen. So when this is all done, we're going to be a country of debt. And with that country of debt, there's going to be a lot of snakes coming out from the woodwork. We're going to have to be diligent to make sure that when we make decisions, purchase decisions or decisions with our dealing financially after this, we have to be cautious. We have to make sure that we check them out before we do that. And I encourage everybody to do that. This is a sad thing that our economy has to go through and our country has to go through. Never in my life have I gone to anything to this magnitude financially, not only for me, but for everybody else. So I wish everybody well. Obviously, everybody's in our prayers. And we're going to get through this. We really are, because we will prevail, because we're a strong nation, strong people, and we are determined. And that's important. If you need any help or you have any questions, please reach out to us at www.ridelocalgr.com. You can also call us at 616-204-0496. Tell Dawn that Angelo sent you, and she can help you out, whatever you need. Whether you be a driver interested in getting on the platform, maybe in the future, because since everything's starting to open up, or if you're just interested on some more information as far as being a rider. We encourage your calls, we encourage your comments. We really look to be opening after all this no contact rule is, or this ban is lifted. And we wish everybody safe. We thank you for tuning in. We thank you for being there for us. And you haven't counted us out yet, and we haven't counted you out as well. We're here for you. That's what it was all built for. And this is all inspired by our higher power. And with that, I will see you at the top.